Hey guys, Colbert here. Welcome to the Raid Challenge video. We got the What's Next in Raid episode 3 video today, released by Plarium for Raid Challenge. You can go and check it out on your own if you don't want to watch this video. We're going to go through this video, and then after it, I'm going to go through the 6 new champions that we will be having through the new Doom Tower release. So let's quickly watch the video. It's only 6 minutes, and then we'll go through each and every single one of the new champions. And I'll give you my honest opinion on them. I think one of them is at least the best one to have. Yeah, let's just get through with it, and I'll give you guys my thoughts.
Frequently, so here we are with a short set of awesome features and updates you can look forward to in the near future. Let's dive in and see what we've got. First on the menu is a huge new update for the Doom Tower, the 3rd rotation. As we've mentioned in one of our previous videos, there are 3 main rotations that we had planned for the Doom Tower. 2 of them are in the game already, and here's the 3rd. So what does a new rotation mean? More types of secret rooms, mixed up encounters for regular floors, and, most importantly, 2 deadly new bosses. We'll be sure to cover them in a dedicated video closer to release, but we do have some cool details to share right now. The first boss is Basil the Dreadhorn, a massive lava beast. If he doesn't look scary enough on his own, take a look at that nasty dread bombs he spawns. You can't kill them, you can't stop them.
Yeah, so basically the first boss for the Doom Tower is going to be this guy. He's going to be applying bombs, or if he's not applying bombs, he's going to have bombs next to him, because you saw when they exploded, it showed ignore defense and like a flat number. So I think they work just how normal bombs work within the game. And we'll see how to actually beat him when
they deal some serious damage
hit.
when they go off. The only thing you do is freeze them to help cool off the burn a bit. He'll also have some tricks up his sleeve that affect the buffs and debuffs you use in battle. Let's just say you're going to want a team composition with good timing and a few explosives of your own if you don't want to end up getting blown to pieces. And while most of our Doom Tower bosses are monsters of varying levels of horrifying, the next challenger is something else entirely. Don't let that charming smile fool you though. She's just as vicious and dangerous as the rest of them. Introducing Astranix the Dark Fae. She has the unique ability to banish your champions, taking them out of the battle entirely. They won't take damage, but they won't be able to take turns either. At the same time, she'll create a mirror copy of your banished champion, and you can't get them back until you slay their double. If you're not careful, your strengths will become her strengths.
Right, so this other boss really reminds me of a boss in World of Warcraft. I remember there was a boss that could banish other champions, characters within the fight, and they couldn't compete anymore in that raid encounter. So that really reminds me of it. It's gonna be really tough. I think this boss is gonna be really tough, especially if they're canceling out one of your champions, so you're fighting a 4v2, I guess. So the boss plus your champion.
If that wasn't bad enough, some of this Fairy Queen's skills will gain additional advantages depending on the affinity setup of your champions. You'll have to keep that in mind when building your team. No matter how you approach it, it'll be a tough fight.
Just
so
use
don't
voice.
miss a more detailed boss breakdown video coming soon.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
so that's what
He's
you're
gonna
up
be
against.
tough.
But they've got some awesome stuff for you if you win. Both these bosses will drop new materials to craft 2 new artifacts at the Forge. Defeating the Dreadhorn will get you Dreadhorn plates, which you can use to forge Fortitude artifacts. A 2-piece Fortitude set offers a big boost to your defensive champions. 10% extra defense.
Yeah, so this is like a better version of the Resistance set, 10% extra defense from it. It's cool and all, but let's see the other set that's coming.
Meanwhile, the Dark Fae will get you Fae Spheres. You can use these to forge lethal artifacts. A 4-piece set that ignores 25% of the enemy's defense and grants a nice plus 10%.
Yeah, and this is insane. 25%, 25% ignore of the defense plus 10% crit rate is exactly that, guys. So it's a better version of the Savage set. Unfortunately, with these sets is you're gonna have to, just farm this boss a lot. And well, yeah, if you don't get lucky with either beating the boss at the higher difficulty and actually getting enough materials for you to craft, and then those crafts become good items, then you won't be able to benefit if you just have 3 of these, because you need 4 to complete a set. And yeah, it's a way better version of the normal one with 10% crit rate. I mean, this is I like this, but yeah, it's gonna be tough to get
And
a
boost
full
the
set
crit rate on
on your
top.
damage dealer.
But that's not all the new rewards we've got. There are some new champions you can summon with fragments from secret rooms in the Doom Tower,
Dark
and
Kael.
they are freaking sweet.
Gwyneth.
First off, everyone's favorite snarky elf gained another level in badass. If you're like the original Kael, you'll love the buffed up, poison-loving, epic
Kael?
version. The clan boss is going to be quaking in its mighty little boots. Kael won't be arriving alone. Right beside him is a powerful warrior clad in dragon scale armor. She'll hit hard and hit fast, so fast that her enemies will have a tough time hitting back. Finally, we've decided the bad guys deserve some love and settled on a new legendary for the Demon Spawn faction. This
like
burning
it.
prince is all about fear and flames, with a healthy dose of helping out his fellow demon spawn. So, that's the third rotation of the Doom Tower for you, but that's not all that's getting updated. We've said that expanding clan-related features is going to be one of our primary objectives in 2021, and we intend to keep that promise. Introducing Clan Improvements Volume 1. First of all clans will have a clan level now, which you can increase by completing different activities. Your clan's level will give you a bunch of different benefits, like increasing the silver you win from campaign stages and giving you a few extra multi-battle.
Yeah, so this part I love so much. Extra campaign silver at 10%. That's going to be insane. Extra multi-battles is also really good. Number of clan shop slots. Yeah, that's going to be great as well. And then weekly clan quests at 90.
Battle attempts every day. It'll also influence another huge part of clans, the clan shop. The clan shop will be brimming with awesome stuff you can get using clan gold.
Yeah, from what I see here, nothing too exciting except maybe the champion fragments. I don't know if it's going to be Yannicka by the time this is actually released. Um, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Quests,
like the void shards.
Just the start.
I hope these
In the
don't
future,
have a
we plan
cooldown.
on having more ways to earn clan gold.
I hope these
clan
don't
XP,
have a
and all
cooldown.
kinds of other cool clan stuff. But wait, I hear the attentive among you asking, what the heck are clan quests? Good catch. Clan quests are special missions you get every week, offering clan gold and clan XP as rewards. However, they're going to take some teamwork and coordination to complete. Because only one clan member will be able to take on a given quest, you're going to have to coordinate with your fellow clan members to work out who should take which quest and figure out the best strategy to complete them all. Like with the Doom Tower bosses, we'll publish a dedicated video breaking down the new clan features closer to release. Of course.
I'm not really sure about those quests. Like, is it going to be per individual member and then that member earns those coins? But if it's that and there's no limit, there may be cases where the clan members just get all the quests so that they can get the maximum number of coins. So there might need to be like a micromanagement over there in terms of who gets each quest so that nobody gets more than the others. There might be some headaches in there.
We're not forgetting about
we'll wait until it's actually released.
Many of you guys follow the gotta catch 'em all strategy when it comes to champions, and
yeah, and now it's the
blame
Doom
you?
system that
They look great.
They still haven't decided.
Starters, and you never know when you'll need a specific skill set. But that does mean space in the champion collection and vault runs out faster than you can say summon rush. But don't worry, we're planning to add another 100 slots to the champion collection so you can get some more room to breathe. While we're at it, we'll also increase inbox space by 100 slots to make sure you don't miss out on anything you've earned. Still, don't let it overfill. And speaking of catching them all, it's a long journey, and we know it means you're likely to hit a duplicate champion or two along the way. But don't worry, we'll also be releasing a solution for that too. We're still hammering out the final details before we're ready to unveil everything. But what we can say right now is that it's not going to be a one-stop solution. We're going to provide multiple short-term and long-term uses for your duplicate champs. We'll give you the full lowdown very soon, but we just wanted to say the feedback you guys provided has been essential in shaping our approach here, and we think you're really gonna like it. Okay, one last thing to wrap this up, a balance change. We've looked at the...
I don't know what kind of feedback they said about the duplicate system because they haven't asked us, the content creators, so I don't know who they are talking with. Anyway, we'll see when the dupe system comes. Hopefully it comes before the end of the year.
Critical damage to buff and decided it wasn't performing as well as we had hoped. So there's a change incoming. Rather than provide a flat decrease, it will lower the target's critical damage by 25% of the stat. That means a champion with 200% crit damage will go down to 150% instead of 175%. We hope that will make the debuff more useful both in PvE and PvP battles. And that's it for today, folks.
Yeah, I like the change to critical damage. Basically, it doubles its effectiveness, especially up to the 200% level. Because let's say at 100%, you had the 25%. At 200%, now you have a 50% critical damage reduction to the amount, which is it's solid. It's a solid debuff now to have available, both on bosses, but also especially against champions. Because at the moment we would rather have the decreased attack on the enemy rather than the decreased critical damage. But maybe if you have both of them now, you totally cripple the enemy nuker. So this was the video, guys. We'll go over now all the new champions that will be released. We're gonna have 6 new champions. Let's go through their kits and of course their models and how they look like. All right, so first things first, guys, we're gonna go through Dark Kael's skills. Dark Kael is like the final beginner champion that we have, the darker version of them. So we've got Dark Elhain, we've got Dark Aethel, we've got Ultimate Gallic. So he's the only ultimate, I guess. And then Dark Kael now, Kael or whatever he's called. So I've went through his hit. Is amazing. Is the best kind of champion out of all 6, I think, that we're gonna have. So we'll go through his kit first. So Weaver of Forces A1 attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit, 25% chance to instantly activate 2 poison debuffs, 1 poison debuff and 1 HP burn debuff. This is just amazing. Okay, this is just amazing. The activation of either poison or HP burn, 3 hitting attack with a 25% each means maybe if you go with a counter attack team or an ally attack team, then Dark Kael can just constantly activate poisons, even with a slow chance and HP burns, and do like huge amounts of damage to the enemy. A2 AoE attack, 75% chance to place a decreased attack debuff, and then each critical hit also has a 75% chance of increasing the duration of all the debuffs on the target by 1 turn. So for clan boss situations, this is just going to be 1 turn extension of the debuffs, but it's still great. It's a decreased attack, just an amazing champion to have for the clan boss. Then Reality Acid is his A3, 75% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff and a 25% poison sensitivity debuff for 2 turns. I love the poison sensitivity. It just adds so much more to his kit. 3 poisons, the stronger versions of them. 4 turn cooldown for 3 poisons. I still like this a lot, and overall his kit looks amazing. Decrease the critical rate of enemies under 2 or more poison debuffs by 15%. So essentially makes the critical rate of the clan boss to 0, if you want to count that. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will activate. So there's no other champions with this skill, and I guess you won't be able to get dupes of him because he is a Doom Tower champion. So I don't know why they added this, but maybe they just wanted to add this. So I love this champion. I think that he's going to be fantastic for all PvE content, not so much for PvP, but PvE he's going to be great in terms of poisons. Whatever gets killed with poisons, he's going to be the star in it, and I'm so happy about it. The bad thing about all of these champions that I'm going to talk about for the Doom Tower is that the addition of more champions means it takes us about 3 months, 3 months per champion to get them, because it's 3 fragments per stage. There's 12 stages, 12 secret rooms. So that's a lot of grinding to get a single champion. And remember, there's so many more already. So there's 6 in the normal rotation now, and there's going to be 6 in the hard rotation. So that's 6 times 3. That's an insane amount of months of playing to actually acquire all these champions. And there's not so many players out there who will put in the time to get all those champions. Maybe the rewards are too far away for players. The best decision would be to put those rewards in a selective way, or have some empty fragments received, and then each player can individually pick whichever champion they want from the Doom Tower rewards. I think that's the best way to go, but I mean, they went with this, and yeah, we'll see how it goes with the players as well. Because some players will see the Dark Hell and say, okay, I can only play this champion in a year from now, so it's what's the point, player? Let's go over to the next one, Basatha. Death Roll attacks one enemy, 40% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. Okay. A2 strengthen and a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also plays a shield buff for 2 turns, equal to 25% of this champion's HP on allies under Fear, True Fear, Freeze, Provoke, Sleep, or Stun debuffs on a 4-turn cooldown. That's cool. But it's gonna be difficult if you want to put this in clan boss situations, because you're gonna have to have the rotation work. Now you can't do it. You can't even do it when there's one member with the stun. So I think it's still the shield buff will only go on the stun target, I guess. So the shield can only go on the stun target. The other 2 can go on everybody. I guess that's cool. A3 attacks all enemies, 75% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn and decreasing each enemy's turn meter by 30%. I like this. Stun is always great to have at a good chance. Probably this goes to 100% when booked. Decreasing each enemy's turn rate by 30% is also great. It just means that you are able to get your turns faster because the enemy will still be stunned at the end of their turn. It's just it takes them longer to finish that one turn that they'll be stunned for. So really good for control. Whenever enemy is revived, has a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff on them for one turn. This effect cannot be resisted or blocked. I love this. For PvP especially, whenever an enemy is revived, is very similar to what Lydia has, but this time this guy will be just stunning them. So I like this passive a lot. It's very annoying to have against you, I think, and I want to see how that he can fit in some PvP situations. Then we're looking at Gwyneth. So attacks all enemies on the A1. This attack will not trigger counterattacks. Uh, this is cool against the Nether Spider, I guess. So those counterattack buffs will not be triggered. So she can actually kill them and take them out. So she's going to be cool for the Nether Spider. But with every champion that you can get that helps with the Doom Tower, it doesn't make much sense. Because it means that you already have no issues with the Doom Tower. Apathy attacks one enemy before attacking. Has an 80% chance of placing a weakened debuff on the target for 2 turns. Heals this champion by 30% of the damage inflicted. Then heals all allies with any surplus heal. I like this overall as the surplus healing. 3-turn cooldown though, so it really depends. And then A3 transfers all debuffs from this champion to one target enemy, then attacks that enemy. Okay, ignores 10% of the target's defense for each debuff they're under. This is cool. This is cool, like a nuking kind of skill, and it also transfers the debuff. So if the enemy applies to you like a decreased defense, she's gonna apply, and then she's gonna go in there and actually just nuke them down with this single targeting thing. So she's like a big single target champion on her A2, A3, but A1 is an AoE. Bad thing is she's gonna need accuracy for this to work in PvP situations. So unfortunately, he's not ignores resistance of the enemy. Next up, we've got Taeyeon. So Taeyeon Daze Powder. Attacks one enemy has a 50% chance of placing a 50% decrease accuracy debuff for 2 turns. Always like these debuffs. Single target attack. A2 Venom Kunai attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 75% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns. Okay, yeah, this is good. This is good. 4 turn cooldown is what Dark Hell has. And then Blood Boil. Attacks one enemy has a 75% chance of instantly activating any poison debuffs and HP burn debuffs on the target. Also has a 75% chance of placing a 100 kill reduction debuff for 2 turns. Um, yeah, I like it. I guess this will go to 100% when you fully book it. On a 4-turn cooldown, though, hopefully this goes to like 3 turns and becomes like a solid activation. I like it because it's any poison debuff. So if you fill the bar with debuffs, he is gonna activate them, and it's gonna be a solid amount of damage. It's of course gonna be limited to the HP percent mechanics that we have within the game. So that's that. Varl of the Destroyer. Ravaging Leech attacks one enemy, heals this champion by 30% of the damage inflicted. Okay, nice heal. Attacks all enemies, 75% chance of placing the weaken. Also plays a decreased attack debuff for 2 turns on those enemies who receive a weaken debuff. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. The decreased attack is always great. Attacks one enemy will ignore 30% of the target's defense. Decrease the target's max HP by 50% of the damage inflicted. Okay, this is nice. Place a block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn, and this attack kills an enemy. Okay, so this guy's gonna be a solid arena damage dealer. Then increase the champion's attack by 10% each time they use an active skill. Stacks up to 100%. Resets each round. Nice, nice. This passive is really solid. It's like what Mountain King has, where he stacks up his attack, but instead of him getting it with the kills, this champion gets it whenever he does active skills. So that's cool. It just ramps up for the boss fight, I would say. For boss fights, it's going to ramp up. You won't have that much time for waves to ramp this attack up. Not so much maybe for PvP as well. Maybe you can ramp it up to maybe 50% through the duration of the fight. But yeah, it really depends. His AoE, I wonder how hard this AoE hits for. And then finally, Basil of the Seal. Attacks one enemy, plays an HP burn debuff on the target for 2 turns if they're under a true fear or decreased attack debuff. Okay, very specific. Also plays a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns equal to 10% of their max HP. Attacks all enemies. 75% chance of placing a true fear debuff and a 50% decrease attack debuff. Wow, this is very, very strong. Very, 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 very strong. The True Fear especially and the decrease attack, yeah, they're gonna cripple the enemies. And then Demon Possession balances the HP of all allies. I guess it's the legendary champion they mentioned. The HP levels of all allies will be brought up to the level of the ally with the highest HP. After balancing HP, grants an extra turn. Yeah, this is cool. So he's going to balance the HP, help each of your allies survive. So that's going to be cool. And then Legion of Doom is his passive, receives 20% less damage from champions from Bannerlord, High Elf, Sacred Order faction. So not so many nukers from in there currently in Arena. Like, I mean, the nukers at the moment in Arena, I mean, except for maybe Ethos. Yeah, except for maybe Ethos for PvP situations. Yeah, everybody else is not Bannerlord, High Elves, or Sacred Order. Like, yeah, it's not them. If there are 2 or more Demon Spin champions on the team alongside this champion, increase the critical damage of all Demon Spin champions of the team by 20%. Um, is it flat 20% or multiplicative 20%? It's not very clear. I'm guessing it's additive 20%. So if you've got 200, that's 220, not 240%. So yeah, these were the kits. Obviously, I'm most excited about Dark Kael, and all of his skills look amazing. He looks like really cool. Like they added stuff to the normal Kael model, and they added it to the Doom Tower. As I said before, guys, I really hope they made us able to choose which champions to pick up from the Doom Tower. When we finish each secret room, we get like 3 empty fragments instead of 3 specific fragments. This way we can pick which champion we want to boost our progression forward. With so many champions added in there, so 6 champions for normal and 6 for hard, it's going to take us ages to pick all of them. And I don't think there's any player out there who's going to play this game for 2 years and just wait, oh, in 2 years time I'll be able to get X champion. By that time they might even have more champions added and so on and so forth. And I think they should do something about it. So this was the video for you guys. What do you think of the new champions? Which one is your favorite out of all of these? Leave it down in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.